You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
All right, punters, dribblers, welcome back to the Hello Sport Podcast. Home of unqualified opinion and unwavering bias. Dave, sitting behind there. Have we got all our levels right today? What do we reckon?
We're looking pretty good.
We didn't have any complaints after last week's podcast. In fact, we had one guy who sent us a message saying too loud. And if I could have jumped through a computer screen and just like slapped someone over the head with a fucking thong, I would have done it. But only that man.
He would have got thonged.
He would have got thonged with an inch of his life. And not the nice thong that slides betwixt largely females' buttocks.
But not
necessarily exclusively female, but I'm talking the rubber thong you wear on your foot.
Yeah.
I would have paddled the fuck out of him with it.
The one that, you kill insects with.
Yes.
Bugs, spiders.
Flies.
It's the whip action.
Yes, it's that
catches them unawares,
Yeah.
Tom.
And it would have caught that dribbler unaware had I been gifted the ability to fly into a screen.
You don't have that ability yet. Not to say that you're not going to have that ability moving forward in your life. I don't think you should ever say never.
Well, you ever see that movie with...
Or never say never?
Never
Shout
say
out
never.
to Justin Bieber.
A good friend of the show. You remember that movie Lucy? I think with Scarlett Johansson?
It was a movie, wasn't it?
That's what I said.
I thought you said show. I might have
Show,
misheard you.
movie, I might
With
have.
Joaquin Phoenix?
No, that's her, where the phone...
What am I? Yeah.
There's the one where she basically
Was her
becomes...
name Lucy? Was her name Lucy in the...
No, I think that was... I don't know what she was called in that. And I don't even know if she was called Lucy in this movie. I'm pretty sure it's called Lucy, but basically she just becomes like everything and she can like become the computers. It was very weird. To be completely honest with you, I saw like the final 20 minutes of the film.
So you haven't seen
That
it?
was weird. It was like Limitless, but way more intense.
Yeah, like Limitless, but she becomes like a computer.
Limitless, how he took a pill and he could do stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, like access
Bradley Cooper.
100%
Oh,
of
he
the
could
brain.
access the...
The other percentage of his brain.
Yeah, which is a complete bullshit.
Well, it is actually, isn't it?
Yeah,
That
it
we
is.
only use
Yeah,
10% of our brains.
It's a myth, like Walt Disney freezing himself.
Now that I didn't know was not true.
Yeah, that's bullshit as
Oh,
well.
really?
Yeah.
Because that puts to bed one of my favorite conspiracies. Which
What
is
is that?
Disney released the film Frozen, so when you Google Disney Frozen, it doesn't come up with Walt Disney being frozen. It comes up.
Well,
with
that could
film.
still be a good point. Just going, we need to nip this fucking...
Even if it isn't true, there's still probably part of them that goes, let's just get rid of this stupid
rumor.
stupid theory.
So Walt not frozen.
Walt not frozen. Believe Walt was cremated.
No.
That's the opposite.
Apparently Walt was racist. Allegedly.
Look,
Again, you can't hold everyone to account for everything they've ever done, but I mean, racism's not great.
no, it's not great. I think Walt was probably alive in more racist times.
He certainly was.
Yeah. I'm not condoning Walt's
no,
behaviour, Tom,
No, but Walt, a product of his times, maybe a little bit more.
than today.
Yes.
You know?
Walt wouldn't have been able
Is he held to the same standard?
Some of Walt's beliefs probably wouldn't fly on Twitter.
It's probably best Walt.
Was cremated because Walt, you wouldn't want to reanimate Walt in this world.
I mean, but he'd come back and go, well, that was a waste of time.
Yeah, okay.
This world's passed me by. I've been cancelled. As soon as you unfreeze him, you're cancelling.
Yeah, great.
It's all over for Walt.
I can't even work. Well, it's like Encino Man. Remember Encino Man, Brendan Fraser? He was a caveman, brought into the real world. To be honest, the world didn't pass Brendan by as much as it probably should have, considering how quickly the world passed by Walt Disney. Now, Brendan, in a time where they didn't even speak English, they were just grunting. He gets reanimated in modern times, LA in the 90s, I think.
Sure.
He didn't miss a beat, really. He just was straight into his work. So, unfortunately, that movie just debunked.
Well, it has been debunked. I think that you needed to watch that. Take that movie with a grain of salt, perhaps, Tom.
Am I maybe holding it to too high a standard?
I think perhaps you are. Okay. My dad can be guilty of that as well.
Okay.
Finds things to be unrealistic. I have to remind him, Father, it is a movie.
It is a film.
Having said that, Ella says the same thing to me when I pause it because it gets too awkward. Edward, it is just a movie.
Yeah.
I go,
doesn't
well,
change it.
they're convincing me otherwise.
It's real to me.
It's real to me. Shout out to Adam Scott, who's got one of the great swings in
I
world
actually
golf.
played golf on Friday. Some of you may have been following along on Instagram. And I will say this, Eddie. Driving range form doth not equate to proper golf form.
No, it doesn't. No, it
Doth
doesn't.
not equate.
The thing about the driving range is and you might agree with me on this, is that because you're hitting so many balls, you really only remember the good ones. You know there was bad ones in there, but you're just remembering the good ones. The thing with real golf is every time you address the ball, you need to be honest and true. Because if you're not, you find yourself in the long stuff, in the scrub, looking for balls you'll never find. Et al. Or maybe you're just topping them down the fairway.
Dude, my old man, right? Like every time, so I play with my brother and dad, and every single time we play golf with dad, he, like, you'd think he's never played before in that he gets frustrated when people are up our ass. Or like when someone's like, oi, can we play through? Or like, can we, you know, some guy like, or it looks like some guy might want to join us because it's only 3 of us. So someone might be like, oi, can I just play with you guys? And you're like, no. We always have like a go-to. We're having a private family discussion. So sorry, you can't actually. We can't. We're talking some serious shit. But as we're there, this guy's like super keen being golf guy. He's got like one of those poles that the poles only...
The rescue club?
No. The poles only uses to stretch and warm up before you play.
Oh, I thought you meant he had one of those ones where you like, you can retrieve...
Scoop a ball out and shit. No. This guy was limbering up. He had like a really cut. He was out there playing by himself and he was joining a threesome behind us, but he's out there like warming up with his fucking stick and everything. He's not even teeing off with us, but he comes and stands on the fucking tee box as we're about to hit off and just starts yapping to us. And I can just, knowing dad, like, you know, and I think I get a lot of that as well. Like when we were at the Nelson the other day and those fucking dudes.
Yeah, And
they came and sat behind me and just started blowing vapor in my face. I'm like, of all the seats in this whole fucking place, empty fucking pub, and you come and sit there and vape my head off. By the by, I get that off dad. This motherfucker is standing on the tee box. Oh, yeah, you know, like just starts shooting the shit. And by and large, Eddie, just a nice guy who's probably just fucking, you know, making chit chat. But unfortunately, us Birmingham's, you know,
Wrong
it rattles
crowd.
us.
Wrong
crowd. But I know it's fucking pissing dad off, so I also find it funny. And dad's teeing off first tee, and he just tops it so bad that the ball just falls next to the tee. And he plays a lot of golf. He's not bad, dad, but he's fucked this one so badly. And I was now in an uncomfortable position of going like, I need to bag the fuck out of dad here for that shot. But I know that it's because this guy's here and it's making it even worse for him. And I was just like, I almost collapsed. It was so funny. And then eventually... He reeled out of it. He's like, you know, his back was hurting apparently. He was like, oh, fuck. Oh, no, you know. It was rough, but it was brilliant. Unfortunately, I didn't capture it on camera. But that was how it all started. And then basically Dad and Will just ran away with it. And I reckon I hit like 2 good shots the whole day.
2?
If that, dude. Like nothing good. Nothing. It was a great day, hot as fuck. I sort of just pococked in on their golf day. So they had a cart together, whereas Fat Daddy basically had to push around a cart by himself.
Well, you could have got your own car.
When I bought my clubs, I also bought myself a buggy. So I was like, let's break this thing in.
Yeah, righto. Well, how many holes did you play though?
18.
Ooh, brother.
Hot day.
Fuck that.
Plus 30.
It's probably why you started hitting them bad.
I hit him bad from the start.
Right. Well, I'm just trying to help you.
When I was the one like 20-minute lesson I had when I was getting them, I then took the lessons learnt there to the range and I was just hitting them straight. At least straight enough where like I'm not fucking it up greater than the width of the fairway. And I just couldn't do it at all. I could not do it at all.
Were you in your own head? Did you try and change anything?
This has actually probably been a feature, maybe slightly. Once Dad starts giving you advice on like the second hole, then you're all at sea. It's like you're better off not giving me any advice for the duration of the game, I think. Like, don't give me any advice until after, because otherwise I'm just going to be trying shit now from the second hole and mixing it up and going away from
then Dad's in your head.
Dad was in my head early.
But, I mean, was he coming from a place of love or
always.
competitiveness?
No.
Like, does he know that if he says a couple of words early, it's going to rattle his boy?
No, he doesn't.
And he
would, I think, have such little respect for my golf game that rattling me not high up on his list of priorities, because he's like,
this guy sucks.
This guy ain't good. Now, you know, I'm comfortable with where I'm at based on the amount of effort I'm putting in, but I'm not comfortable with where I'm at based on ego.
Yeah, and you know what future golf day looks like. You know, corporate days.
Well, we've been challenged to an Ambrose with Scope and Corey Norman at some point, so you and I need to fucking.
Mate, I've got a golf trip coming up in March. I have played no golf.
I'm confident though of being able to pump Scope, and I assume it's Corey Norman. That's what Scope. I'm confident we can pump them, just because of natural ability.
But
like,
if
they're former athletes. It's like they played footy. You know?
But like, where's the correlation, Tom?
Yeah.
Where's the correlation?
There isn't any.
There isn't. All you and I are lacking is some time in the saddle, as it were. But we work so goddamn hard that it's hard to find the time.
Yeah.
That's not going to surprise anyone that's listening, I don't think.
Here at 7:30 on a Monday morning, hungover.
And do it every week and have done for a long time.
20
It's
years.
not about us. It's about us and our time in the saddle. That's what it's about. Know this, Scope and Corey. When we find time, baby, you motherfuckers are in big trouble.
Yeah, huge
That's all I'm
trouble.
going to say.
Huge trouble.
Huge trouble. Maybe the biggest trouble you've ever been in.
Yeah.
Okay?
And because, as you said, right, when you go, and those boys been in some trouble.
Oh, well, I mean, you know, trouble has been known to follow those boys. But this is going to be the deepest trouble of your life.
Oh, no, this will be big trouble.
Huge trouble.
Huge trouble. And an Ambrose?
Oh, bruh.
Oh, so you're just going to allow that both, like the best of both of us?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because we can, like, you know, my best shot complemented with Tom's best shot means that
yeah, dude. We're basically we could win fucking, you know, any major if we were playing Ambrose.
you know, and we had plenty of time in the saddle.
Well, no, we need to. Well, look, obviously we need to get back out there and have a couple of trots, Eddie. But like,
Yeah. But
you and I could win any major playing Ambrose.
Yeah.
There, I said it.
it's been said. There's people at home going, what are you two dickheads on about?
You combine me and Eddie, and we're comfortably scratch golfer. A scratch golfer.
Well, like
one
we're like
together.
plus or like minus or whatever
Minus.
the inverse is. You know, when you're like, you get so good, you come out the other side of a zero.
As in, you go below.
Yeah.
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 Well, that's under.
Minus.
That's minus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Comfortable. Yeah, we're coming for him.
We're coming. So know that.
Yeah. But
Know
anyway,
that.
so it was a tough day for me. I know there are undie brands out there because every time I talk about chafing, there's one that gets recommended.
Step one.
Yeah. They need to fucking come on
Step
board.
one haven't reached out yet.
It's ridiculous. Like
let's
not do an ad for them.
I'm not doing an ad for them. I'm saying this.
We could sell the fuck out of your product.
Put it this way. I am running out of time in my underwear department. What does that mean? Well, my pairs are dwindling and the holes are getting bigger and bigger to the point where some of them didn't even cut it as emergency standard.
Oh no, I've got some ones
Do you know
there
what
that
I
are
mean?
in there, and I go, you're not even up to emergency standard undies. I don't know why you're still here, but you are still here.
I said that to
because
my-
sometimes there's emergency, and then there's a fucking code red.
Yeah.
and you have to.
Sometimes there is a code red, but these things that the couple of pairs I threw out the other day, we're talking about thongs early in the show, basically where they've got to.
Dude, I've got some, and by some, like, I'd say I've got 25% of the undies in my drawer that are like, I may as well just be wearing elastic around my waist. Just an elastic strap around my waist.
Yeah,
and just
some of
have
my
my cock
elastics
and
stay
balls
true.
just
Yeah,
fucking bouncing around. Like, at one point, because
Like a belt.
exactly.
Yeah.
At the moment, the current sort of system in our household, Evie wakes up around 6:30.
Yep.
Zoe and Steph will have a little sleep in. So Evie will wake up, I'll get her up, we'll go get a milk for her, and we'll go sit on the couch, watch some Peter Rabbit in the morning. She sits up one and she likes to just watch in peace, like, Dad, give me some fucking space, let me enjoy Peter Rabbit. I'll maybe try and get a few subtle Z's on the end of the couch.
Yep. Like it.
But as I'm sitting there, thankfully angled away from my young daughter, I just realized that whatever undies I'm wearing, such like shrapnel holes in them, that I basically just have my fucking junk just like looking like a dead body that's rolled out of a fucking car, just like laying on the couch. And I was like, this is just not on. I can't be doing this. What if I'd fallen asleep and she'd just gone for a little wander around there and be like, oh my God, what the hell's that?
Well, you're scarer.
Yeah, you don't come back from that.
No, you don't. No, you don't. So what we're saying in a roundabout way is
We
we need someone to save the day.
And it's not just about holes in undies either, because the chafe that I got walking around that course. Now, I do have a pair of undies that I think you might even be wearing right now. I think I saw a little hint of them. We got given some a while back.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. They're great for chafe.
Yeah, these. I don't even know what these are.
No, but they're great for chafe.
These are
And-
my last pair in the
Yeah, they're last on the line. Last stop on the line.
last stop of the line. The last pure stop.
Yeah.
Before you have to get off and get the bus.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't wear the right undies, right? That's on me. But
did you have briefs on or undies?
I had boxers, like the tight boxer, not like silk fucking Playboy boxers.
Yeah, like briefs.
Yeah, is that what they're called? Briefs.
I'm going to call them briefs. Boxers to me are...
Playboy undies.
Yeah.
I thought briefs were undies.
No, undies are undies.
Why is it then boxers or briefs? Because that's purely like what, you wear shorts under your shorts, or do you wear like tight
Well, I think boxers are like baggy and briefs are
Yes.
tight. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. I had to lay...
Yeah, see, boxers... I don't know why people wear boxers. Where do boxers get you?
Dude.
Boxers are...
I get
you're
it.
free balling.
Yeah.
You're free balling,
Dude.
wearing 2 pairs of pants.
They wear like 2 shorts and 2, like double shorts. Okay, here we go. Briefs. Their briefs look a bit undie-ish, but they are slightly more boxers. Trunks look tighter. I'm a trunks guy.
I'm a trunks guy.
And a boxer briefs. I'm also a boxer briefs. Midway briefs can fucking bin it. They can get fucked. That's ridiculous. What are you, at the snow? Who wears string? Oh, okay, some of this is female. I was like, who's wearing a string?
Strings is to hide,
bikini.
like,
Well,
lines.
nothing. Yeah. Basically to hide nothing. The chafe I had after 18 holes walking around sweaty, squelchy, I had to lay in front of a fan. I had to have a...
Oh, my God.
Like when I went to bed, it was fan. Usually we have the fan on oscillation in the bedroom
Yes.
so that everyone gets it.
Yep.
Not tonight. I need unencumbered, uninterrupted, cool air. And
Straight on the Johnson.
I just lay like that.
Oh, what, presenting yourself to the
I
fan?
presented myself to the fan. I just lay like this. Luckily the lights were off and I'm just like, had the legs up and the fan just blasting straight in there. It was the only way I got through a very, very tough night.
How does Steph, what is she? Does she...
I mean, you know what?
Do you talk about it? Is it a dress or is it just...
No, look.
Better left unsaid.
She knows what she signed up for. Steph and I have been together 14 years, married 1 year on Saturday.
Well, she knew what
Love
she was
you,
getting
happy
back
anniversary.
into.
She knew what she knows the deal with me. I sometimes chafe and it's not pretty. And you know what? On the days when chafe is in the household,
Stay out of your way.
well, Dad needs a little extra time to himself. Or at bedtime, there's no oscillating fan. It's all for me.
Yeah.
It's all pointed at my asshole.
Was it warm last night?
This wasn't last night.
Oh,
This was
Saturday
Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday night. It was warm Friday night. It was warm Saturday night. And it was kind of warm last night.
Okay.
It's been a warm couple of nights, which in the chafing game makes it a whole lot worse.
Yeah. Makes it tough.
A whole lot worse, dude.
Makes it really tough.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that.
Yeah.
That was enlightening, Tom.
Yeah, it was. It was. Anyway, we do need that brand to reach out because I would like to remedy my chafe. But
We need help. We need help.
We need help, serious help. You've been away, Eddie. You've had a weekend away.
I've been away, Tom. I went down to the Southern Highlands.
My old stomping ground.
Your old stomping ground, Tom.
Did they have the statue of me down there?
Didn't find the statue.
Disgraceful.
Wouldn't have looked for it. Even
Well,
if
it's
it
in the
was
town.
there.
It's in the town centre, or at least that's what I
I
heard.
see you often. Too often to go looking for statues of you.
I
that
wouldn't
may
have
or may
wanted
not
you to
be
go
there.
look for it. I thought you may, if you'd gone through into the main drag, you might have just seen it. Corbett Plaza.
Yeah. Dear friend Sarah Morgan married Toby Williams.
Congratulations to both of them.
It was a fabulous night, a fabulous do, Tom. Shout out to the Friday wedding undefeated.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before.
Well, it's the only day to do a wedding.
We've talked about it at length. A lot of yipping, a lot of yahooing, a lot of giggling, a lot of yarning, a lot of dancing.
Got to whip out the
A lot
old
of vibing.
tux.
Put the tux on. Looked great.
You did look great.
Yeah.
So did Fruits.
Fruits looks great.
Fruits look gorgeous. I saw a photo of Fruits. I was like, obviously she's a beautiful girl, but I was like, damn.
Yeah, she looked fruity.
She looked fruity.
She looked particularly fruity. So
did.
shout out to Fruits for getting fruity. Sarah, Toby, thank you very much for having us. The recovery the next day was at the Briars, Tom. Shout out to the Briars and shout out to Dexter.
Love the Briars.
I think Dexter, general manager there, sure bought me a margarita on the
Spencer?
house. Spencer, maybe?
Spencer, I believe.
Dexter, I think it was, but I could be wrong.
Well,
I could be super
I think
wrong.
my cousin used to date that guy, or at least someone involved.
The
in
Briars is a cute spot.
Dude, Briars is great. An old dear family friend of ours used to run the whole fucking thing. That was like where we'd go growing up.
Oh, yeah,
Briars is dope.
Mate, the Briars was working its ass off.
First time I ever saw a poker machine was at the Briars.
Couple of
Blew my
Guinness to
mind.
get going.
Couple of what?
We had a few Guinness on the way. Just to,
Guinness?
Me and Josh did, just to pick
I
us up.
don't
and get-
know that I've ever had one.
You and I go down the rocks one day. We'll have a nice lunch and we'll have a couple
And
of
we'll
Guinness.
have a Guinness. Okay.
And you'll love them. There was another dribbler there whose name escapes me. He bought me margarita as well. There's a theme. It is World Margarita Day tomorrow. I think they were getting in early. But a fucking great weekend. As we all know, those weekends can take a toll.
Yeah, they can. You pay a toll.
You got to pay the toll. You pay a couple of tolls getting down there and you pay a couple getting home.
And you know what, Eddie? As you age, the tolls go up. That's just the way it is. Oh, fuck, the tolls have gone up again.
They
Right.
go up. You know what? I can tell you right now, the Cross City Tunnel, she'll keep going up.
Keep
the
going
Harbour
up.
Tunnel, it'll go up. The M5, they got rid of the tolls. Tolls are back on the M5.
No. Yeah, of course.
Or maybe
maintenance.
maintenance. M4, the tolls are gone. Tolls are back.
What are we
M4.
paying taxes for?
M2, there's 7 or 8 tolls M2 onto the M7.
Good luck getting
Lane Cove
anywhere out. Like, if you want to get like to fucking, Western Sydney
If you want to
boroughs
get
and
to,
back,
if you want to get to Richmond, let's say, and you went up the M2, let's say you started, yeah,
this is a very Sydney-centric
sure.
segment here.
All
but
I'm
deal with
saying
it.
is, you're looking at $25 one way, maybe.
Yeah,
$50 return.
ridiculous. You're better off flying.
That's by the by. All we're saying is tolls go up.
And it's also they're probably going to get a fuckload of tolls. Just quickly, I know this is there's an ad on TV here because the golf is on. Swamp people, never seen it, but I saw the ad yesterday. I just don't know why people live in swamps. I don't get it. It's just I couldn't think of anything worse.
There's a reason why we human beings actively try to get rid of the swamp, Tom.
Yeah, because they're fucking terrifying.
They're terrifying. Humans and swamps don't go hand in hand, I don't think.
But like swamp people, particularly etch type of a person.
Well,
No disrespect.
No disrespect, but I immediately think True Detective. I immediately think, you cunts are up to no good.
Yeah,
You
I
swamp
don't
people.
trust you. What? Because what are you doing? Like,
What are you doing out there?
You live in swamps. It's uncomfortable. Now back to the tolls, Eddie, because that's important. Sydney has 0 fucking train drivers today. Not that we're catching trains at the moment, but you would assume that the toll getting pounded shot. Fucking hell. You're assuming that the toll getting pounded deep into the core of the earth today without any trains, people having to drive.
Well, that's right. People are driving, which means there's more traffic on the road, which annoys me, So,
Traffic, not a friend to you and I.
no, it's
a
not.
fucking
I would
great
like
shit.
to make a shout out, Tommy, if I may, friend of the show, Jarchi. We went down together. The guys went down the night before.
That's nice.
Which was
That's
good.
almost, you get a bit of a road trip in with your boy.
It was great. We had a great time. And we sort of gave each other a knowing look when I hopped in the car. He said, "You hungry?" And I go, "I don't know. I know what you're talking about here, baby. Mickey D's."
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's no real Mickey D's if you're going out of Sydney towards the towards the Highlands, because the only one you go past is the one at Mascot. It's on the other side of the road.
Yes.
At the airport.
Yes.
So I said, we need to make some smart decisions here. We need to play eyes up. I'm like, have you ever been to Kingsford Macca's out near UNSW? I said, we'll nip out there and then we'll nip across. Should be quick and easy. And it was.
It was.
The Kingsford Macca's probably the most dialed Macca's I've been to. Superb
Good Macca's.
service. Fucking quick. It came out piping hot. It was absolutely delicious. And you got to give credit where credit is due, Tom.
Yeah, you do.
And I'm giving it.
Fuck. I've still got to do my goddamn Macca's thing, which I've forgotten about.
I think we'd agreed on February as well.
Yeah.
And we're running out of time.
No, we are. It's got to be done in Feb. We are running out of time. I want to get it done in Feb. It's a shadow over my fucking
because you
shoulder.
can't really start your year health-wise until this is out of the way.
Yeah, I really can't. I'm still confident as well. I was gonna ask, and this is, I'm fine for this to be a no, but it was just sort of maybe a way to spice it up a little bit. But like a Big Mac's worth like a couple of hours?
No.
Okay, fine.
We agreed on cheeseburgers.
No, I know, but I thought like maybe you go
I understand what you're saying.
oh yeah, throw in a Big Mac that's worth like, it's like a bonus round. You know, if you can pound a Big Mac, you get a couple hours off.
Look, I'll put it to the board.
Yeah, put it to the board.
But we'll need to come up with something whereby you're not getting out of this
No,
scot-free. Like,
I don't think that
I want a
makes
Big
it-
Mac to be fucking...
I don't think it makes it easier. That's why I think it's just more like you think you want to have a run at the fucking Big Mac. Okay. I thought
I'd probably make it like a little bit like scatter, like a McFlurry's a bonus round. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I wonder if
or an
McFlurry's
apple
that-
pie or some shit.
but are they that filling? Because the thing's got to be filling, right?
But they're
to fuck with you.
sickening as fuck.
Yeah, they are. I'm not into it.
Like you like I'm
I've
just
never had a Macca's apple pie. I don't intend on it, but you know.
I'm thinking about layering the cheeseburgers with stuff that may unsell the tummy.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
No. Yeah, you want me to shit myself in a McDonald's?
You are allowed to shit yourself.
Does that take hours off if I poo myself?
You
If I shit myself in my seat,
yeah.
do I get a couple of hours off?
If you're covered in your own feces.
No, not covered in it. I just need to be able to prove that I shit myself in my seat. I'm going to be sitting close to the toilets. You know that.
Know that.
I just wanted to quickly bring up to everyone as well before, because we will get into some sport, although I don't know if there's any sport that's even been on over the weekend.
Well, there's been some.
I got frostbite. Basically. Not frostbite. That's a lie.
You got frostbite. How did you get frostbite?
Well, I didn't get frostbite. It's a massive misleading statement.
Was it from the fan pointed straight at you?
No, that would have been a nightmare. Oh, you got chafe. Well, let's use the fan. Oh, now you got frostbite. You really dropped off. Played cricket yesterday, Thick Ropes County 11.
Yep.
And I got hit hard with a ball. And basically my thumb's purple, my finger's purple. And it looks like I got frostbite. Check that out, bro. Be careful. I'm just preparing you. This doesn't look good. Just give you a real finger for context. Look at that. Swelling's gone down, so it doesn't look as bad, but that was tough.
It's not that bad. It's bad. It's not that bad.
That's real bad. You know, like when you cook a sausage.
That's real bad, you reckon?
Yeah, it was. You know when you cook a sausage on a barbecue and you're like, oh, if I don't jam this thing with a fork, it's going to pop.
Yeah.
That's how I felt yesterday playing. Because obviously I played through the pain.
Yeah.
We lost. But
You lost?
yeah, we lost.
How many runs you score?
4.
4 runs.
It's going to fuck the average.
4 runs.
This isn't an excuse. I got to start with that. It sounds like I'm making one, and I completely understand. But it's not an excuse, but it might be part of the reason. It might have nothing to do with it, because I did bowl very well. I bowled the best I've bowled for a while. Only got 1 wicket, but figures were strong. But my batting was disgraceful. As you know, Eddie, have a medical condition that requires me to sometimes have some vegan cigarettes. You know?
Yes. Yeah, I'm aware.
The doctor said, you need this in your life.
Yep.
I'm not going to go into the medical condition, everyone. It's not your business. But know that sometimes I need it. Now, there's like a Goldilocks zone of vegan cigarette when you want to play some cricket, right?
Yep.
It's a point where I'm dialed in on a higher level. My concentration's there. I'm like Neo. I can see things happening before they happen. As I was leaving the house yesterday, running a bit late, as I can do sometimes, and I was like, shit, so
I'm not ready.
I'm not ready. So ran back in, grabbed a gummy, left the house. As soon as I got to the cricket, just hoofed into it because they were already getting out in the field. Bang, took a bite. As I've had a bite, realised that's probably too much. There's a chance there that you took too much. And as I was out in the field and I start like fucking admiring the glistening trees and getting distracted by birds, I was like, oh no. Oh no.
So that's what you're putting it down to.
I'm not putting it down to that because I bowled well. So, you know, but when I was out there batting, I was overwhelmed. And I was with halves and I was like, dude, this is probably a bad time to tell you, but I I had a gummy just before we started playing, and like I can barely see the ball coming at me. I'm so stressed. And it was like, I reckon I faced maybe like 5 balls.
Saw 5, scored 4, and then copped an L.
Copped an L, walked off, but again, not an excuse.
No.
Not an excuse.
No, not an excuse.
It doesn't. But it might have been a contributing factor. Because I mean, it could have also just been a bad day. Who knows?
Who knows? Not your day. Sometimes not your day. Update with the Slippery Bucks. We are out of the comp.
You're out of the comp.
We lost a semi last week. Or was it the week before?
That seems like a quick season.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, bro, we played 3 weeks this side of New Year's. 3 or 4 weeks, I think, max, and it's all over. I don't know why. I feel like we've still got plenty more daylight, Tom. But, it wasn't our season.
It wasn't your season.
It wasn't our season, and that's fine. It is what it is. We were brave in defeat. Is that the right term, Tom?
Brave in defeat, yeah, sure. Were you brave in defeat? What was the score?
Maybe. I think, you know what happens? We start strong and we have a good first half, and then we've just been getting rolled at the back end. Hot nights, Centennial Park, really heavy track.
Aging bodies.
Thick grass.
Thick grass is fucked.
It's like wading through mud. You're like, dear God. Usually only got one sub, fucking blowing.
Yeah.
And then we just end up getting torn apart. Aging bodies. No one's really under 31. I'm probably the youngest in the side. I'm 31 in a pinch now, Tom.
Yeah. You're on the wrong side of 31.
I'm on the wrong side of 31 now. And there's boys in there, 32, 33. And at a certain...
technically retiring at the professional era at that age, you know what I mean? Let alone getting around.
Dude, 33.
33,
That's a good knock professionally.
Yeah, 33 clubs are looking to move you on.
You're lucky if you're got a contract at 33, you're doing pretty fucking well. 35 is like, bro, who are you?
Yeah.
And then, your Cameron Smith's 37-ish, was he?
Yes.
Can't remember.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying. Your body slows down, punters and dribblers. Know that. And know that if you're listening to this and you're 24 and you're smirking yourself, it's going to happen to you too, dickhead.
It's coming.
Because I used to be 24 too.
Yep.
Young, virile, hot stallion. Maybe never a stallion, but
you'd exercise for fun as opposed to should probably do this for just like general well-being. You know what I mean? Like, remember when we used to go and play and maybe I reckon you would have probably gone to some of them. It was before you and I really, joined at the hip. But it'd be like, everyone's just going to fucking meet up and play random games of touch footy.
yeah. Or soccer. Yeah. I used to play soccer.
And it just used to be like, you'd have mixtures of people that you haven't seen for ages, all randoms, everyone just getting there just to go and run around with each other.
Yeah. That doesn't happen anymore.
That doesn't happen anymore. You do a little bit of organised with the Bucks, with the thick ropes, who are in the finals.
We're in the finals as well, but everyone was.
That's exactly the same with us. I didn't want to have to say it, but we technically just have to be in the finals. But that's good though. First time we played finals, so that's exciting.
Good for you, buddy.
Don't know when the finals start, but I did hear that we're in the finals.
Okay. Should we talk a little sport, Tom?
Probably. Shout out to Steffi as well. I did say it before, but happy anniversary. 1 year married, 14 years together.
Did you get married on the same day?
No, like this year's 14 years.
So you just say this year's 14 years, but it's 1 year married.
Yeah.
So what do you celebrate now?
Well, now to be the marriage. I don't even remember exactly. I think the together anniversary is on the same day as my brother's birthday, 26th of July. But she did dump me for a year. So I'm like, when do we get back together? Does that one really count anymore? I don't think it does. So it's just like, all right, we've been together for fucking 14 years. That's a full rugby league career. That's a great rugby league career.
I liked the cheeky little swipe you made on the post.
Yeah, I did take a swipe on the Instagram post. I had to.
It was the lowest moment.
Well, I'm not going to let her forget it. She dumped me on the eve of Bali.
I remember.
Everyone knows that.
That's one
and
of my
then ended up
favourite
with the fucking braces.
And you had the last laugh in the end. She came crawling back.
Well, she saw me drumming in a singlet, dude. I think it was hard to...
Really hard to ignore.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know we're going to talk NRL trials right now, but I don't know whether it's because I'm doing something wrong, but I'd never know when Super Rugby's on. It's only like I find out the day of it's starting again. Every year. The day the Super Rugby starts, I find out the Super Rugby's starting again. I think Dave wrote an article, award-winning, about basically Super Rugby coming back.
Well, it won awards.
It won awards, already has. Pulitzer Prize-winning author we have in D or Dave.
Yeah. Awards
And
were won.
I think the title was Sex. Now I've got your attention. Just want to let you know Super Rugby's back. I did not know, and I don't want to have to come out and be like, oh, you're a rugby fucking shit marketing pigeon, blah, blah, blah. But like, I don't know whether that is the case or whether I'm not paying enough attention. I pay attention, I feel.
Look, part of me, you could probably go searching for it. If you had an inkling that it was going to come up, you could probably go find it.
Yeah, of course.
But we're not
probably.
we're not talking about that.
Definitely, you can
We're not
find it.
talking. Definitely, obviously, definitely. We're not talking about that. We're talking about it coming across our desk, as opposed to me having to go out into the newsroom
And everything comes
and
across our
ask for
desk.
it. Exactly. Put it this way: until 5 days ago, I didn't realise it was a Pacific comp.
I
Had no idea.
I didn't know that either.
There's a Pacific Islands team and a Fijian side. Did not know that.
Love it. Moa Pacifica or Moana Pacifica
Yep.
and Drua,
Fijian Drua, maybe.
Fiji and Drua. Love that so much.
Great stuff.
Love that. Fiji and Drua probably my second favourite team. But I think the Waratahs pumped the fuck out of
They
them.
did. Well, it wasn't.
Was that why we brought them in? Like, let's bring in some teams that we can pump, respectfully.
No, I think it's about growing the game and getting it up to 12.
So we're back to Super 12.
So it's 6-4-2.
But it's called Super 12 again?
No.
Or is-
No, it's called Super Rugby Pacific or Super Rugby or something like that.
Super Rugby
Super
Pacific.
Pacific.
Yeah.
And are we back to playing New Zealand teams again, like week to week? Or is it like, will we play? Because you know how last year it was like we just played Australian teams and then we played New Zealanders and we didn't have a really good read on how good we were and then we played. We never won a
we're
game.
all in the same comp now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not split up.
No, not as far as I know. Dave, is that?
I just don't know because I know New
Yeah,
Zealand
no, it's not
don't
split up.
seem to want to join the rest of the world.
No, they've come back.
Sorry, Western Australia haven't.
Yeah, I'm sure there might be like a few games in a row where teams might just stay in New Zealand for a couple of weeks to make the draw
To make it easier,
But
yeah.
it's not like separated at all.
So have the Western Force been fucked off
No,
again?
they're here. They're back now because I think they needed more numbers.
But what are they going to do, those poor fucks?
So someone gets a bye. Is that how it works?
How do
Or-
they get
or
out of
is-
Western
or is
Australia,
New-
though?
Or has New Zealand only got 5 teams?
No, so there's Blues, Highlanders, Chiefs, Crusaders, Hurricanes. So they got 5.
Right.
We've got Rebels, Brumbies, Force, Waratahs, Reds.
So we've
Dude,
got 5.
How about
And
the
then they've got
Force
2.
just getting sacked off for like 2 weeks and then it's like, actually, we need you back?
What do you mean?
Because we fucked them off.
Oh, but when you said for 2 weeks, I'm like, well,
No,
hang
no,
on,
no,
Has it happened again?
No. As in, it was literally like, did they even go, was it one season they weren't with us? And then it
Yeah,
was
I
like,
think it was 1
oh,
or 2.
we need you back.
It was when they like added the Argentinian and the Japanese team.
Dude, they
And,
sucked.
and there was 6 South African teams. I mean, that comp was just a complete...
We don't have any South African teams anymore, do we?
No, they've
No,
left.
they're gone. They're actually gone for 2 years, 2018 and 2019.
Right. And they were dark years.
Dark years. No, South Africa went to Europe, which is what we always knew was going to happen.
And like, that's cool, whatever. I don't really care about South Africa. Like, I did enjoy having them as a part of it. But
Did we care that much?
I cared more in the glory days. Like, I enjoyed it back when like rugby was good. Now it's just a bit like, I'm not getting up at 4 a.m. to watch your games, bruh.
Lucky to watch them at 4 p.m.
Exactly. Let alone fucking, the Bulls are playing at 4 a.m. Are they? Great.
But I do like the new concept. Was just a little upset I didn't know about it.
Yeah. I mean, did they come up with it? What the hell's this camera? Did they come up with it very late in the piece?
No,
Or
surely this has been in the works for ages. You're not going to bring... That's a sick camera.
That is a sick camera.
Wow,
That's
what the
drone.
fuck?
That's drone camera. It actually making me feel a little bit ill. But
It's too much.
It's too much. As in, it's good for the shot.
No.
Just to explain,
Follow the ball, then shut it off.
yeah, we're watching golf here, and there's a drone that starts behind the golfer, and it zooms it like it's coming and flying up behind them as they take their shot, and then following the ball and flying above the ball as it goes to the green on the par 3, and then it just kept doing circle work, and it made us all feel very sick. Not the point. And Super Rugby back.
Isn't it interesting? Sorry, just to get off topic.
Yes.
That makes you feel sick.
Like looking at it.
Yeah. Just watching a camera angle of a drone on the other side of the world makes you feel sick.
Yeah, well, because it's a bit like woozly, you know? It's like all over the place. It's just a bit much.
I understand. I'm with you.
You're just saying the effect that it has on the human.
Yeah, because it's a physical reaction.
Yes. Did that golfer have his ears tucked into his hat? And if so, do you lose strokes for something like that?
You do. You lose 2 strokes before every round.
I think that's reasonable. I think it should be every hole you have your ears tucked into your hat, you lose 2 strokes.
Yeah. But he knew that. 1
for every ear.
Yeah. Some people just have big ears.
You know what, dude? You don't tuck them in. You either get them pinned. If it's that big of a concern for you, you get them pinned or you rock it. Or you grow your hair really long.
Or you get them pinned.
Yeah, I'd say you get them pinned. I'd say that's the go-to.
But we'll keep some sort of eye on the Super Rugby this year, Tom.
Yes, we will. We absolutely will because I'm into it. I just didn't know it was on, and we need to get a Stan Sports subscription. Really,
are we asking for one?
I'd say we'll take one for free. I don't know how much it costs a month. I haven't looked into it. It's probably not much. We could just get one, but I would prefer a free one. Now, if there were people betting what the first sports topic of the podcast would have been this week, I bet they weren't betting on Super Rugby. I would like to know, though, Dave, now that we're here, now that we arrive at this point where Super Rugby is first thing on the map, on the table, as it
Well,
were.
they're first to go, and they've always been first to market in a calendar year sense.
Yeah.
Bit of clear air.
Yeah.
And that's what I think maybe... Look, they're capitalising on everything else being off.
Yes.
But it would have helped if we knew it was on.
Just let us know.
That's all.
Could you please just let me know what the results were?
Yeah.
I think that's...
Waratahs did win. Know that.
Yeah, I know, but I think, we should at least try and work out the lay of the land from a results situation so that we can speak on some... Because,
I'd like to say this,
I'd like to know.
I'd like to say this while I have the punter and the dribbler's attention. I usually use the live apps like League Live, Union Live, etc.
Yep.
Union Live aren't providing a Super Rugby Pacific ladder. It's like, that's going to help me. What are you doing?
What are they providing?
Not that.
So as in they don't have any results?
They've got results. I can find the results.
What
but
a
I can't.
lazy bunch of assholes.
Isn't that lazy?
Delete the app.
If I recall correctly, last year, I'm pretty sure they didn't update their union results at all until the second week of competition.
The
I was
NRL
looking for
2022, it says NRL 2022. If I go to NRL preseason trials, it's from last year.
Oh, God. So these
whoever
live
the
apps...
fucks at these live app places, what is going on?
Maybe we need to change the app. Send in your apps. What's the best app to have?
Because they used to be the best.
They did used to be the best.
They used to be the best. Now they're not.
They've fallen off.
They've fallen off. They don't even update anything.
Let us know the
Fucking
best
ridiculous.
apps for Rugby League, Rugby Union. That's probably it.
Do you want to know scores?
The NFL live app sucks as well. Yes, please.
So Friday night, the opening game was meant to be Blues versus Moana Pacifica, but there was a bit of a COVID outbreak in Moana Pacifica, so that game didn't happen, which is disappointing. That's Roger Tuivasa-Sheck making his debut.
So that game just got cancelled.
I think they'll play it. They'll have a
Postponed.
makeup game
Right.
at some point. Yep. So that was meant to be first game on Friday night. Then Waratahs beat Fiji and Drua 40-10.
Okay.
And now sit at the top of the table, baby.
Bang!
After a winless season, we back. And then Chiefs played Highlanders, beat them 26-16. Crusaders beat Hurricanes 42-32. Reds pumped the Rebels 23-5. Brumbies beat Force 29-23.
Close one. Is Roger Tuivasa-Sheck starting at fullback?
No,
What
he's
was he-
starting at 12.
Inside, yeah.
12. Interesting.
Interesting.
Very
isn't it?
interesting.
Well, it is and it isn't, right? In that, he has ball skills.
Big body.
He's big. I don't know. Maybe it means he gets the ball.
Where
more,
did he?
gets
But
his
where
hands
did he
on the
play
ball
when he
more.
was coming up?
Don't know, actually. Yeah, when he was a junior.
Because he played Union as a junior. We know that.
But in rugby league, a fullback is kind of like a playmaker as well. So I'm not. It's not entirely surprising. And again, I'm talking about rugby union. This is from how I remember it.
Yeah.
But they call a 12 the second 5'8", don't they? Or they call a 5'8" first 5'8", first whatever. you certainly...
5'8's first 5'8", yeah.
Yeah, first 5. It always annoyed me. I'm like, just call it 5'8". But yeah, I'm not that surprised that he was playing 12. I think we try and get into union as much as possible this year. As much as possible. That gives us a lot of room to move.
Heaps of room to move.
Yeah.
It's as much as what's possible
For us.
And I'm into it because I knew it was on.
Yeah.
And I knew it was a specific version.
Who do the Waratahs play next week? What day? What time?
Next week, Waratahs have got the Reds Friday night 7:45.
Ooh, okay, that's good. Friday, 7:45. I'll watch the shit out of that.
Where's that?
That is, well, it's our home game, so assuming it's going to be at Bank West.
Are the Waratahs going to play at Moore Park?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah?
When it opens.
Fucking oath.
Just wondering.
Well, I don't actually even know. That was a vibe. That was an
It's a
aggressive...
New South Wales team. It's not,
Yeah, but they've always played at Moore Park.
Yeah, they
Let's
have.
be honest, it's an eastern suburb.
It's an eastern suburb. Yeah, exactly. Not many collared shirts out west.
I think they've got a fair fan base on the beaches as well.
Yeah, they do. Shout out to the Rats and the Marlins.
Shout out to them.
Great, Dave. That's rugby union. That's rugby union.
That's rugby union.
Kicking off the show.
Bit of news this morning. Curtly Beale just signed.
Yeah.
Curtly Beale
Back
back.
to ARU.
Woo!
Friend of the show.
Who's he playing for?
He'll play for the Tars, 100%.
But he's signed an ARU contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And going to play for the Tars, you would
That,
think.
yeah, he's a Tars man. I know he played a bit for the Rebels, but that was more like a fucking... He was just
Well, it
a
was
young...
the biggest regret of his life, he said.
I think he said that. One of the great regrets of his life. But but he was like, that was when he was sort of just like a young, brash, hot, brash kid, money, fucking cars, girls, fast cars.
Fast cars, fast girls.
Fast girls, brash.
Brash, hot, young.
Yeah.
Virile.
Thick, tits.
Tits. Ass.
Cash. Now he's back and, he's married and he's had time overseas. He's coming to see out the final remaining years of his fucking career.
And sure, he might move a little slower, but it's still
Not much
curtly
slower.
But not
Again,
much slower.
I haven't watched any of his overseas work, but I assume he hasn't lost a
But
step.
not much slower.
No.
Maybe half a yard.
Half.
Maybe a quarter yard.
I'd say a quarter yard.
Which is not much of a yard, really.
It's fucking only a quarter.
It's only a quarter of a yard. So, it's a blip.
In the yard game.
In the yard game, it's a blip.
Should we move on?
Yeah, he has signed for the Waratahs, but he won't be playing for the Tars till next season.
Yeah.
He'll be back here for the England tests in July. Playing
Sick.
For the Wallabies.
Love that.
Free tick soon, please.
So, England coming out for the 3-game series, are they?
I don't know if it's 3 games, but yeah, in July.
You would assume.
You would assume. Look at that shit.
Usually
You
is.
Fucking psychopath.
That's rugby union.
That's rugby. Yeah. Rugby League trials, Edward. Rugby League trials, the trials of Rugby League. I would like to say this first and foremost because a lot of there were a lot of like big dick players on show this weekend. Streaming on KO, which was great. How good was that to see some fucking footy trial as it may be? It was a bit, there was some shit show Rugby League. But some dribblers out there who obviously don't understand Rugby League, and we know there's a few dribblers who don't get Rugby League. In the context of Manly, who obviously pumped the fuck out of the hapless Tigers.
And hapless they were.
Hapless they were, but they're like, can someone explain to me why Manly's playing fucking Tommy Turbo and all these good players? And I'm like, do you understand like what a trial game is for? Like it's to get Ks in the legs. Like it's obviously you don't play full ball. There's no interchange restrictions, I don't think, with trials, or if they are, they're drastically different. But like, you do need to play some rugby league before the season starts. Like, or do you just want them doing fucking opposed training and then straight into the top flight rugby league? Every team worth their salt played their good players for at least a portion of time. Munster, Harry Grant, the Cheese.
It depends who you are. We know that Tommy Turbo, Touchwood Tom, has had issues with the hamstrings in the past. I've held up where I can, but he's been getting put through a rigorous sort of hamstring maintenance.
Well, he's got a guy called Ruben, and not Ruben Garrick, but he's got a hamstring whisperer called Ruben.
Well, he's got the hamstring whisperer, that's right. And the hamstring whisperer knows that the more Ks in the legs, the less chance there's going to be of injury. So of course you get Tommy Turbo out there to get Ks in the legs, get the footy back in the hands, and start setting up tries like he always has and always will. I don't see what the big fucking problem is. No one said Bo fucking peep when the Tigers rolled out a full strength side against one of the weakest sides we've ever rolled out last year, and they beat us, and we know the standing yard half-time, full-time. We know all that.
We know all that.
No one said a word then. They were like, ooh, Manly looks pretty shaky. And now when we do roll out Tommy Turbo for half a minute to get Cage in the hamstrings, which have had issues in the past, we can't win either. It's just anti-Manly rhetoric, Tom. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's it. You can't
That's
win.
all it is.
But like, you know, it's a sign of a great team, right? Last year, everyone loved Manly because they were sort of like unexpectedly, to the punter and the dribbler, we all obviously expected it, but like they were unexpectedly great. I feel like this year there's going to be a little more Manly salt and hate from some of these losers out there who really just, you know, they're upset about their own backyard.
Yeah.
And so they start talking shit. Now, what I will say is that I'll tell you what I didn't do on Friday night, Eddie.
What didn't you do?
I didn't standing O because it's not what I'm about. But did I enjoy a Manly side that just absolutely fisted a Tigers side that also had, you know, their player of the year last year and Luke Brooks playing the game. Brooksy was playing.
Yeah.
Luciano Leilua was out there.
Yeah. You didn't hear anything about them, Tom.
They rolled out a good side. And to be honest, we scored most of our points in the second half when our young boys came on. And I assume that was when the Tigers they had a few of their young boys come on. You know what? Our young boys better than your young boys, bro.
Yeah, our young boys are hot.
Vega? Raymond?
Raymond, I'll probably pronounce this badly, but Tuimalo Vega.
Tuimalo. I think Tuimalo. Raymond
Vega.
Tuimalo Vega.
Yeah.
3 tries. Bit of acrobats. Bit of acrobat about him. I think it was his birthday as well. Someone was like, did Vega score a hat-trick on his birthday? A la Peter Sids.
A la Peter Sids 2010-11.
Correct. Cooler, who is...
Yeah, dude, vibe.
I tell you what his nickname is? Stubby. As in, that's us. That's not like, I don't know if that's what they call him, but that's what they call him now.
I was going to say, you got to be joking. Yeah. That's so good.
Yeah, Stubby.
Stubby cooler.
Yeah.
Stubby, welcome.
So Stubby is so highly touted by the club that he's been moved into our top 30. He's the one that runs like fucking, you know.
Yeah, I know.
It's Rowan Browning, and then it's
Stubby Cooler.
Stubby Cooler and Saab as the quickest Australians.
Manly must just have the best scouts.
Well, we're a
in all
lightning
the
factory.
land.
We said it. Kempy doesn't understand because Kempy doesn't get rugby league, but...
Well, he pretends like he does because he used to play, but he's a soccer guy.
He's a soccer guy. We know that.
We know that it was soccer guy was given a steed and made to run fast.
Yeah.
Look, at the end of the day, he doesn't get rugby league.
No.
He's a soccer guy.
He's an A-League operator, and that's fine.
He's a sheep in wolf's clothing.
Exactly.
Does that apply?
But that's like no disrespect. We love Denon. Denon's a dear friend of ours.
We're in his studio. We love Denon.
We love him. But he is an A-League sort of guy.
He's an A-League operator.
Manly are a lightning factory, the only known lightning factory on earth.
Correct.
We create lightning. And
we bottle it. And
we
then
bottle
inject
lightning
it.
and then inject it into certain players.
Well, players that we know can handle the heat.
Yes. And Stubby Cooler, he can handle the heat. He can handle lightning.
Well,
in
he's
his
well
veins.
insulated.
Correct. You need to be.
Well, as a Stubby Cooler, you usually are.
You usually are.
Helps.
It's a great point. It's a great point. And then obviously Jason Saab, we all know how well he took to lightning.
He was slow as fuck before Manly picked him up. We go, that boy, you could inject lightning into his veins. Have done. The results have been tremendous.
Yeah.
And here we are.
And I don't know about Raymond Vega, but he had a bit of lightning about him. He certainly had a bit of lightning about him. He's not Stubby, he's not Saab, but he's got some lightning about him.
He's got lightning about him.
So Manly, a noted lightning factory. You know, you can't deny it now.
It's undeniable.
13 plus was the victory, Eddie.
Of course it was.
Shock horror.
I don't think the people are shocked about that.
No. But Dave, could you get up the other trial results, please?
Yep.
It was good to have some footy back, dude. It's
good
horny.
It's good of KO to broadcast them all.
Yeah. But
I think that ties up.
I'm so horny for just rugby league being back regularly on the fucking TV. Now, the Raiders beat the Roosters. It'd be a very Raiders thing to do to think that meant anything.
Yeah, it would. Seagulls beat West Tigers.
I triggered Listo of Roosters fandom on a rugby league chat group on the weekend, and I just said, I don't reckon the Roosters will make the 8. And he was like, I'm fucking screenshotting this. I'm like, dude, I just don't know if you guys have got it. I just don't.
You don't have it in you.
I don't think you got it this year. I just don't feel it. He's like, I'm screenshotting it. I'm like, yeah, okay, I got ya. You don't even know. Got ya. Storm losing to the Warriors. Again.
Is that West Tigers debut with the new logo?
Oh, let's see. Go back up.
I think it is.
With that Frosties.
With the Frosties logo.
Yeah, the Frosties logo.
Not a good sign.
No, that's not a good sign.
It's not a good sign.
Now, I tell you what, as we look at the Storm and the Warriors, Reece Walsh looking horny. He's looking horny to play rugby league this year.
Well, he's toey to play rugby league.
He's toey.
He's woken up with morning wood.
Dude, I think Reece, this could be the year of Reece, like the never-ending Reece Walsh boner. You know, the never-ending morning glory.
The one that never goes down.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he's primed all season?
It looks like he might be primed, dude. Now, obviously, unfortunately, he plays for the Warriors, so that thing may take a battering. I don't know whether it'll be primed for fucking, top 4 finish.
Look, you can... A morning wood can become battered and bruised, Tom, but it can still remain its integrity.
Well, yeah, it can still stick around.
That's right.
Irrespective of the battering it takes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might need to shoot that thing to get it down, and even then,
got a life of their own. Now that may be Reece Walsh in 2022.
Not sure. But also Xavier Coates scoring a try with his first touch of the ball for the Melbourne Storm. He's going to fucking rip and tear. He's going to rip and fucking tear.
You can promise yourself that.
Yeah. I'd like to point out here, the Cowboys defeating the Rabbitohs, that there is a player for the Cowboys that I'm very excited about. And whilst I expect the Cowboys to do absolutely nothing in 2022, Edward.
Well, except potentially win a spoon.
They do have a young hooker with one of the great rugby league names of all time, Jake Chudley.
The Chud.
Now, are you telling me that a team that has a Chad and a Chud aren't going to win the spoon?
No, we're Josh Chudley.
Josh Chudley.
A
Chad and a Chud, like there's every chance that a Chad and a Chud
win a spoon. That's the only thing Chad's got left to do, I think.
Well, Chad's done it all.
Chad's literally done it all.
Can you check if Chad's won a spoon?
Yep.
Because he has played for the Warriors.
Have they won a spoon?
I don't know if they've
recently?
won a spoon, actually.
No, they didn't win a spoon.
Well, Chad from Chad
and Chud
playing footy with the Chud.
Yeah.
Presumably from Chud.
Yeah.
That's a match made in heaven.
That's a
rugby
match made
league
in
heaven, Tom.
I tell you what, just in terms of rugby league names, and obviously a Cade being an essential ingredient to any rugby league side. Cade Cuss now playing for the Wigan Warriors.
Correct.
In the Super League. In that side, they have two Cades, a Cade with a C and a Cade with a K. So Cade Cuss, Cade Ellis. Mm-hmm. Then they have a Jai, Jai, Jai Field, and a Kai. Are you telling me what are Wigan paying to win the Super League? You got two Cades, a Kai, and a Jai all in one side. I'm like, holy shit.
That's our Can we get a live price?
We need a live price on Wigan. Dave doesn't know how to gamble, though, so he might be here like fucking for 3 years trying to find it.
Know that when the podcast is over, I'll be putting the house responsibly, of course, on Wigan to win the comp.
A house you can afford.
Because a Cade squared into a Kai into a Jai. See you later. It's all over. Pack it up. Yeah. Why even bother playing?
Why
even bother competing against that?
What do you do? Cade squared to Kai and a Jai.
Cade squared, Kai and a Jai. It's all over. The Broncos tied with the Titans. Am I surprised? No, I'm not.
Did we see a post from Kempy after that draw?
No, we didn't.
I don't think we saw a post.
I don't remember seeing a post. Or he goes, "Oh no, bullshit! I just report the news."
Yeah.
I do ya.
Broncos
you were
and
giving
Titans
out standing
draw.
O's after last week, saying that you're going to win the comp.
After beating the Seagulls,
who aren't even in the rugby league, the NRL. Then you draw with the Titans. I don't see a fucking goddamn thing. Weird. All I'm saying is that's odd.
Yeah.
Because
I raise my eyebrows to it.
Well, I raise my eyebrows because he pushes this whole fucking I'm a news outlet narrative.
Yeah.
But really only when it suits his agenda.
Well, exactly. And isn't that the news today, Eddie? Isn't that what news has become? Agenda driven.
It's agenda driven. It's all about pushing your own narrative.
Yeah.
What happened to reporting on the facts?
Yeah. Broncos suck. I'd love that headline on Bloke.
Broncos actually suck.
Yeah.
Truth's the truth.
Breaking news: Broncos shit.
Breaking news. Truth hurts. Broncos suck. Panthers 34-6.
Over the Sharkies.
Dragons beat the Eels. Am I surprised?
No, I do unfortunately feel for the Eels fans as they stare down the barrel of, what is it now, like 499 billion. No, more than that. 499 something, 99 billion years before they get a look in at a comp.
Well,
Even get a look in at a comp.
I just can't see it happening. You know what is funny as well, Tom, and it's just a very poor omen for Parramatta. All I'm saying, this isn't me bashing the Parramatta Eels.
No, we don't do that.
It's just me pointing out that it's not a good omen. So much chatter going around about how this is their year to win it.
Because they had that last year as well.
But after this, their window's closed because they start losing people. And people are saying this is their year. And I'm like, oh, dear.
Because you got, you read Marnies of the world up later.
The moment you say this is our year, it's not your year.
No. The teams most likely to win don't say this is our year. Now, you might say that we say Manly are going to win.
But
We don't say this is our year either.
No.
If you say this is our year, it's not your year.
We just say Manly's going to win the comp.
Yeah, which is true.
And we've said it before and it's happened.
And it's happened. So, whereas the Eels say it every year and it never happens. Think of
That's the difference.
That's the difference.
And they say this is our year. We say we're winning the comp.
You never, when you become the team with the biggest drought in premiership history currently, then, to say it's your year is kind of sad. But the game that everyone's really waiting for is the Dogs and the Knights tonight. So,
Well, a lot of people...
They saved the best till last.
They saved the best for last. A lot of people have been waiting for this 7 p.m. Monday night.
You know what, actually? Look at this team. I take that back a little bit because the Dogs have pulled up the Dogs have got a new side. This is 2022 Dogs. Matt Duffy at the back, Jaden Ockenbaugh. Aaron Shoop. Paul Alamalotti, household name. Declan Casey, household name. Brandon Wakeham and Jake Avarillo in the halves. Okay, it's kind of the Dogs from last year. You don't see Addo Carr there.
Tavita Pangai Jr. there.
Tavita, that'll be good. What's their bench looking like? Stimson, Topine. Okay, well, so where's your fucking...
Good to see Lockie Fitzgibbon still running around.
Oh, mate.
For the Knights.
Yeah, well, he's the heart and soul.
He's the heart and soul.
But Ponga playing for the Knights. That's about all that anyone cares about with the Knights at the moment.
They got Bradman as well. He's in
Bradman Best of Shintat fame. Dane Gagai back there. Bradman Best could kick your head clean off with a Shintat like that.
What, boot your head and to come off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a Shintat.
Mate, he'd do it without the Shintat. Does the Shintat help?
Well, the Shintat helps.
It does. Of course it does.
I was talking about this with friend of the show, James Harvey, yesterday as we enjoyed a couple of refreshing ales after another Thick Ropes County 11 loss.
Winding down.
Is there a more seemingly out of place Shintat, and we may have even said this before, but is there a more seemingly out of place Shintat on a human being than on Clint Gutherson? He's got leading man good looks, and then he's got a Shintat, and I'm like, why?
It's an odd one, and I think, to be honest, the tattooist has a role to play here. He is sort of the last line of defence in some ways between someone who should be getting a Shintat and someone that should be just going, listen, mate, it's not for you.
Yeah, you're a 10.
Tattooists approach Bradman Best and go, you'd be perfect for a Shintat.
I've got the perfect Shintat for you.
Perfect.
I've got a skull probably with a snake coming out of it.
It's like agents approaching people in the street, you'd be perfect for a model.
Yes.
You'd be perfect podcasters.
Yeah.
We get it all the time. But Bradman Best, mate, you'd be perfect for a Shintat. I don't think anyone's ever said that to Clint Gutherson, and I think that when he went to get it, they should have said, listen, you're not a Shintat guy. Maybe let's go something else.
Yeah, there's a duty of care and a responsibility.
Don't you think?
Like an RSA, but for tattoos.
100%. What's the difference?
RST, Responsible Service of Tattoos.
That's right.
Or responsible administering of tattoos?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If Clint went in there and goes, I want to get a teardrop, you go, bruh.
It's not, dude, you're a very handsome man.
Come on. Let's not ruin your face. Let's keep it below the body. Something we can hide under clothing. Maybe you can take it off when
something revealing when you're getting a bit.
When you're getting a bit hot and heavy, and heavy,
Thrusting.
and then it's like, oh, okay, you're thrusting and you look great, but
The shin tat.
shin tat's not you, dude. Sometimes you got to know what's you and when what isn't.
Yeah.
Know your role, know your place, know where you sit in the hierarchy of things.
Too hot for a shin tat.
Too hot. Like I can't. There's things I can't wear, things I can't rock.
Yeah.
You know.
Not much, but there are some things.
Am I a big jewelry guy? No, I'm not.
No.
Like, could I get around with earrings and shit?
No.
No, I
We're
couldn't.
not earring guys.
I'm not an earring guy, and that's fine.
That's all right. Bracelet.
Some people are.
Can you imagine you and I wearing bracelets? I would feel sick.
What if I was sitting in here with thongs on and I was rocking a toe ring? I mean, it wouldn't work.
Well, the podcast would be over.
It's over.
Or an anklet.
An anklet. Okay, look, it's all the same wheelhouse a
It
little
is.
bit. The anklet and the toe ring.
Oh,
The same
it's
thing.
the same. Vajazzling the feet. We've been there.
We've been there. We've done that. See previous podcasts. I don't care to tell you which ones,
No.
but they're in there. All I'm saying is, I need to know where I sit, and sometimes, Clint, you need to know where you sit. Fair?
I think you're too good looking for a shin tat.
He is too good looking for a shin tat. He's not bad boy enough for a shin tat.
He's not bad boy enough either, because you could be a hot bad boy with a
Bradman
shin
Best
tat.
not a bad
Bradman
looking
Best,
bloke.
yeah. Bradman Best sort of has
Probably
that.
more the bad boy thing.
It's Bradman Best. He's gabbering. You imagine he's probably punched a few people in the face for like not that big of a deal before. Like, you know, he's probably got a short fuse.
Possibly, yeah.
I'm not saying that it's a. I'm
It's not a fait accompli.
I'm not saying they didn't deserve it, Bradman. I'm saying that you might have a short fuse. You may have punched some people in the past. I'm not judging you for it, but that's shin tat territory, and I don't know that Clint has that in him.
In fact, I know he doesn't.
No, I know he doesn't. He's got, and also his eyes, bro. His eyes are just like too sparkly for a shin tattoo. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Is that rugby league? No, but Ponga apparently said he is.
I was going to say it probably is.
Well, it probably is, but just on Ponga while he's here. Ponga, because we've been talking about whether he goes to the Dollies. He's come out and been like, I want to win a comp with the Knights. I'm not going anywhere.
I respect that. And that's
believe
the
it?
sort of thing you expect Kalen Ponga to say if you've been working with the greatest of all time, Joey Johns. Because he'd be going, listen, bro, I did it twice.
Why can't you do it?
Why can't you do it? Why can't you do it? Why can't you do it? You can do it
You can do it.
if you believe in yourself. Now, look, I know that we're maybe a little bit skinny in terms of talent, but Joey would know things we don't. So I'm going to take him at his word for now.
Yes.
But it's a big decision. He loves Newcastle, though, supposedly.
And as we've
They're
said,
still going to give him big.
there's
big
not much
dickies.
else where they're going to get. Like, there's not much else. If you're not going to win at the Dolphins, you're no more likely to win at the Dolphins probably than you are at the Knights,
But
and that's your only option.
I'm just being realistic, though. And again, I'm sort of hesitant to say anything that isn't in line with what Joey would say.
Yeah.
But I just can't see the Knights winning a comp.
No, dude. No. But like, things can change, but you need to unearth some like locally produced farm to table throbber.
Like, you know, maybe
gotta-
there's some prodigious guy who's got a pretty decent brother coming out of Cessnock. I don't know, something like that that you
Something-
could use to help you win a comp.
Yes.
That you can help pat aside that's not very good and take you to glory.
You need
something
like that. Some prodigious knock throbber.
Yeah.
Some kid who's just coming up in the knock and, lives on a farm.
And his old man used to play footy and like get woken
farm
up with swelling
strength.
salts
You
and
know what I
shit.
mean? He's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
farm strength.
Yeah.
He's coming up. We
Yeah.
haven't heard of him.
Loves the area, loves the club,
Loves
but
the
no one
club.
knows who he is.
No one knows who he is. I mean, those in the know, but most don't know.
The general, the Gen Pop doesn't.
Gen Pop doesn't know.
No.
That's sort of what they're missing is a knock throbber.
Yeah. A guy who's maybe a future immortal. Arguably the greatest of all
Arguably the
time.
greatest of all time.
They need something like that.
Yeah.
And I think they'll win the comp.
Locally sourced.
Yeah. If you got something like that coming through,
Yeah.
you'll probably win 2 comps.
You might win 2.
Yeah.
One against the Eels.
And one against.
I can't remember. Is there anything else rugby league that we've missed? God, I'm happy it's back.
Look, if we miss something out of the trials, Tom, I think it's okay.
You think it's a
Do you know what I mean? Like, we should be fine.
yeah, we should be okay.
We should be fine.
I think we should be all right.
That's rugby league.
So we got sent an article, which is obviously doing the rounds, but I think now, I didn't see it though. some dude got like a frostbite on his cock at the Winter Olympics. I don't know how this is possible. I obviously feel like I got frostbite on this finger. I did point that out before, so I'm, but...
Well, they were doing the 50-kilometer cross-country skiing, which is like uphill and downhill. Fucking
50
gnarly.
kilometers,
But it got
dude.
reduced to 30 kilometers because the headwind was so hectic. Apparently the wind, like, the commentator, I was watching a little bit yesterday on the couch, and the commentator, the Channel 7 guy who was introducing it, said in his, like, live cross, like 3 or 4 times how fucking cold it was. It looked like he was about to freeze solid. He's like, these conditions are unfucking godly. To go and do 50 Ks, and they just sort of like, it looks tiring watching it.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch it. I had to turn it off. It looked too tiring.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is making me nauseous. It's so tiring.
Like, it's longer than a marathon in the snow with
Uphill.
skis on, uphill.
Uphill, downhill, uphill, downhill. I'm like, you've lost your fucking minds. Anyway, one guy, probably, maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to make assumptions, but I'd assume more towards the back of the pack. Going slower. I don't know. Frozen penis. Anyway, it's junk froze.
But why just the penis? Is that because they're wearing skins, like tights?
Maybe it's hanging off the body.
Yeah, so, it says here they're like...
Well, yeah, but
they
like...
got thin bodysuits.
They're wearing thin bodysuits.
Yeah.
I guess for like wind and shit, like you want to reduce drag.
Yeah.
Can you just...
And you don't want to be wearing something, like you'd boil alive in there, wouldn't you? Apparently they can churn up to 1,000 calories an hour, those guys. I don't know if that's a lot. Sound like a lot.
No, that's not a lot. 1,000 calories an hour.
It's not?
Nah. Dude, you can do 1,000 calories. I remember I used to try, because this like podcaster I listened to, he'd always like put up his exercise and he'd call it the 1,000 Cal Club, where it was like he'd try and get 1,000 calories in an exercise. So I'd go on the elliptical at some fucking gym I was at and try and get it. I did a couple of it, but it basically just meant you just have to sit in an elliptical for fucking like an hour.
So
If you're actually exercising, 1,000 calories an hour, I don't think it's that hectic. But have we got any? Did he lose the cock? What's the state of his dick? What?
Yeah, all right.
Is it with us?
So this is Finland's Remy Lindholm.
Oh God.
Yeah, so it basically said this is the second time it's happened to him.
Oh, he must have a fat dick, does he?
It happened in Finland.
Well, like the smaller it is, I
last
imagine you're safer. Turtles up.
Possibly.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Tom.
He said, you can guess which body part was a little bit frozen when I finished. It was one of the worst competitions I've been in. It was just about battling through. He took an hour 16 to do the course. He said when he finished, basically he said when the body part started to warm up after the finish, the pain was unbearable. So that thing's going from numb to coming back to life, and that's torturing him.
They're reanimating it like Walt Disney.
Yeah, he had to put a heat pack on.
I want to know why, if this has happened before, he didn't wear a cock sock.
Something, dude. Like a beanie, a dick beanie.
Put your cock in a sock. Call it a beanie. I don't know. But if you've got form in this department, that's the first thing I'd be thinking about, wouldn't you?
If you've had frostbite on your cock before, even if you hadn't, and you're going into the depths of, you're in the Winter Olympics, like, you're not in snowboard pants, bro. Like, let's take this seriously. Yeah.
It's been considered the coldest Winter Olympics ever. Like, let's take this thing seriously. If you're not taking your junk seriously, how are you going to win gold?
What's more important to you, your dick or an Olympic gold? Personally, for me, it's my dick.
No, but I think those two go hand in hand. If you're not taking your junk seriously, how are you taking...
How will you ever win gold?
You're obviously not taking the important things seriously.
You got to make your bed first before
That's
you
right.
fucking...
Like that military general guy said, and it got spread around.
Or was it Jordan Peterson?
Might have been.
Clean your room.
People do good impressions of him. I think Josh does a good impression of him.
They do good impressions.
He's
though.
very impressionable.
Well, yeah, he can. Well, because he's got that weird high pitched Canadian voice. I can't do it, but it's a voice that can be ripped off. I saw the TikTok. I think I sent it around. It was a TikTok of like just these dudes doing Jordan Peterson's voice. It was fucking funny.
It was
Shout
funny.
out Jordan Peterson.
Shout out to him. But that's what I'm saying. Like, take it seriously, bro.
Take it seriously. This isn't, dick's a real life thing.
Are you like wearing that gold medal?
Does it matter when you don't have a cock?
Does it?
For men specifically. Obviously, there are women that don't.
Ask Theon Greyjoy.
Yeah, ask him how he's doing. Reek.
Ask how Reek's going.
Yeah, is Reek now just known as the guy from Game of Thrones who got his cock cut off in any subsequent show that he's done since? Yes. Has he done anything since? Dunno.
Well, he's cockless.
It's cockless. Hard to do.
Hard to do. But have we fleshed that out enough?
I think so. I also think that that's a real Woolpool headline because he didn't get frostbite in his cock. He just said, yeah, it was pretty cold. Like, if you actually got frostbite on your cock, I'm not doing interviews after that. Oh, it was really cold, and then I had to
How
put a
long
heat
does it
pack on.
take to develop frostbite? Probably not an hour and 15 minutes. I could be wrong.
That's quite quick as well for 50Ks. I get there on snow, but I was
No,
thinking
it
like
was-
It was
marathon.
only 30. They
Not back to 30.
Okay, that's right. So you said that. These have been some pretty scat Olympics. No disrespect to the Winter Olympics, but
I would also on the Winter Olympics.
Oh, okay, sorry, I just got a little frostbite stat. So once sub-zero temps hit, it only takes about 30 minutes for exposed skin to get frostbite.
well, that wasn't. I hope that wasn't exposed.
Wouldn't have been exposed skin. That's the difference.
Well, you'd hope not though. Maybe it
But
was.
there's not much in between if it's only
You reckon he
little
was skiing with it
lycra
out?
Well, he might have been, Eddie, if he's got frostbite on it.
You think he was skiing with it out?
I'm saying there is a chance that he was.
suits. Do you think he needs to make a conscious effort while he's racing to get blood flowing down there to help?
So what? Maybe ski hard.
Ski hard. It's a mental game as well, you know.
I was watching the 4-man bobsled yesterday, Tom.
Weren't we all?
And Jarch and I had been laughing about how, like, 3 of them in that fucking thing, in that sled, get medals for basically pushing and then just, like, hopping in for the ride.
And then what? Is someone steering it?
The person in the front steers it. Then the person in the back is the brake man. He pulls the brake when they get to the
Stop.
end. Like, is that tough going? But I was just thinking, like, is that one of the easiest medals to win?
Well, think about fucking being a reserve goalie in a soccer game. Like, you don't do shit. It's the same sort of. You don't even get on the field. At least these guys are going fast down a fucking.
Yeah.
It's
But like, getting 3 blokes to push and then they just hop in for the ride.
yes. I mean, I guess it depends on how quick they are. You want to be like a mixture of quick and light, I assume. I don't know.
Who knows? Also, 2-man luge, weird.
Well, we spoke about that. The 2-man luge is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thing that's just like people trying to come up with ways like, oi, let's fucking stack on each other and just go down the ice.
I would like to see 3-man luge next year.
Yes.
Next time round.
3-man luge, 4-man luge.
5-man luge.
Or like...
And then it's about balance.
Well, or like a double stack, 3-man luge, so a 6-man luge, but it's like on a flatbed.
3, 2, 1. Like a pyramid.
A pyramid luge. I wouldn't mind a pyramid luge. Now that's...
And you've got to hold... So the person at the bottom's holding the person on top.
above them, yeah. And then the person on top
Is steering.
Well, why not just make the competition who can fit the most persons on a luge?
There you go.
Yeah.
How many people can you get down, on this thing with? Like, how many people can get on stacks on luge?
Don't worry about timing.
Well,
Just
stacks
like-
on luge is different to pyramid luge.
Of course it is.
Stacks on luge is how many you can stack on
Yes.
and get down the luge.
Pyramid luge is a 3-2-1,
Well,
6-man.
pyramid luge actually for the purists.
Yes, it is.
Stacks on luge is a little bit more
It's
new.
a bit more.
It's like
you're trying to get on the
pajama
new audience. It's like,
Yeah.
we're bringing in stacks on luge to the Olympics, like
Yeah.
skateboarding and fucking breakdancing.
Shout out to some guy who lives in Norway as well and was like, I can confirm that luge niche as fuck here.
Yeah, right. Oh, did we have a Norway dribbler reach
Yeah,
out?
Denmark or Norway, either. But
Not even big in the luge countries.
yeah, illusion isn't even big in illusion parts of the world, which
Gives you an insight into luging.
it's like race walking, you know?
But it gives you an indication into how niche not only luge, but the double man luge, the 2-man luge is. Like, there might be like, you want to talk about an endangered species? The amount of people on the planet that do 2-man luge would be the most endangered species were they an animal.
Like, how many people actually do 2-man luge? Is that... Could you rock up, learn the fundamentals and win gold?
Potentially. If the World Wildlife Foundation were the 2-man luge and animal would be fucking wigging out. This thing is going extinct.
Or, no, it'd be the extinct version where they only exist in zoos.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So they reproduce in zoos, and it's just like
They're
keeping the
not,
species going.
you don't find 2-man luge in the wild.
No, you don't.
You only find 2-man luge.
In zoos.
In zoos.
Which is the Winter Olympics.
Correct.
I think we worked that out quite nicely,
I
Eddie.
think we've done well.
All right, let's dribble.
Tom, Eddie, Dior, boys, we're we're in the abyss of sport that's February. And I've just seen what is considered breaking news in sport this time of year, which is that Tassie is set to bid for the 2026 Commonwealth Games, and it just got me thinking about, like, is the Commonwealth Games like the next city country origin, but in like the Olympic sphere? Like, if you come like 5th at the Com Games in, I don't know, like hurdling or something, like, does that make you the nutcracker of hurdling? Like, you were there, but not really, but you weren't much chop. Because, like, I love the Commonwealth Games because it's got the nostalgia, and, you know, like back in the day, if Thorpe was a country, it would have come in the top 10 every year and all that sort of stuff, and we just fucking dominate better countries, and Great Britain are better, and Great Britain aren't there, and so we just fucking beat the beta countries like Scotland and Wales and all that shit. But I'm just... Is the Com Games just? I mean, it probably already is, but is it actually going to become the who gives a fuck? And it's literally just us beating like fucking Malawi or something for the next 100 years. Anyway, yeah, it's February. Fuck, can't wait for the footy. Jesus Christ. Go Manly. Cheers, boys. See you soon.
I think the Commonwealth Games are cute now. Really.
What does that mean?
Like,
They are cute. Yeah. They're basically the Nutcracker Olympics.
Yeah. Like truck nut against other countries that have an affiliation to the Queen.
Yeah. Other countries.
But we're not like Russia won't be there, and China won't be there, and America won't be there, and like all the big boy nations won't be there. Most of Europe won't be there. But like Canada will be there.
Canada.
Scotland.
India.
Ireland.
The
North Ireland will be there.
authoritarian state of Canada will be there.
Exactly, you know.
There has been
New Zealand will be there, Fiji.
Great. Love it.
There has been a couple of developments since this dude's dribble. So the way I saw it, Tasmania put in a bid. Then like a few days later, basically the Victorian government said, actually, brah, I think we're going to take this one. Put in a bid, won it, but not for Melbourne. And just to prove this really is the city country, they're going to host it in Ballarat.
The Com Games are going to be in Ballarat.
Ballarat, yeah.
So they won the bid.
Well, it's pretty much like I saw there were a few articles about Tasmania, and then that just basically left, and now it's all been about Melbourne.
I feel bad for Tassie.
Can you get out the host nations of the Commonwealth Games? Because it feels like it's getting smaller and smaller. If Ballarat's hosting the fucking thing.
I thought Brizzy had it last Com Games.
Was that 06? No, 06 was Melbourne.
No, Brizzy like recently had it. I don't know if that's true or not.
Gold Coast had it.
Gold Coast. Goldie, Brizzy, same shit. No disrespect.
Look, Birmingham coming up this year. Gold Coast. I don't even remember that. Glasgow, Delhi, Melbourne, Manchester. See, look, cities.
Yeah. No one gives a shit about the Commonwealth Games, and that's no disrespect to the Commonwealth Games, but that's just the reality of the Commonwealth
Was
Games.
the last great Commonwealth Games in Kuala Lumpur in 1998?
I think it might have been. That's the last one I remember.
It's the last one of substance, I think.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think I would have liked to have seen Tassie have it. Tasmania basically a glorified town anyway.
Well, it is. I think Tassie's been fucking ripped off here.
Yeah.
And it's just that. It's just the arrogance of Victoria. I think,
you know what?
To go, you know what?
Fuck
Not
it,
only are we
Tassie.
going to win it, but we're going to give it to Ballarat, which is basically implying that Ballarat's better than your whole goddamn state.
Yeah.
And I think that's a bit mean.
Can someone confirm or deny for me, was Ballarat big in the gold rush?
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah.
It's a historic township.
That's what I
town.
thought.
It's a historic township.
What we're saying basically to Tasmania here is, whilst you are a glorified town that deserves the Com Games, did you have much to do with the gold rush 150 years ago?
Because if not, you're not getting it.
You're not getting it. What's your gold rush history like? Now, it might be good. I don't know. But doesn't seem like it's much chop.
But it just feels like we are, you know,
To go from
moving on down.
Melbourne, Delhi, Glasgow, Gold Coast, Birmingham, Ballarat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ballarat, not exactly. What's the size of Ballarat? What population of Ballarat, Dave?
Couldn't be bigger than
40,000? I don't know.
I was going to say 60. 109.
109,000. Right, so basically the size of the MCG lives in Ballarat. Still not much though, is it?
What are
It's
they going to do for
obviously
stadiums and shit?
significantly higher than 40, but not much.
Go up to the aerial view of Ballarat Central. Right.
Geez, busy traffic day there.
Huge. Look at that. That's old. That's small town. That's like fucking,
Those are Victorian era buildings still.
that's what I mean. That's all heritage listed building everywhere. That whole town is just heritage listed. Like you can't, what are we building a stadium there? Or are we just going to play at the local school oval?
Yeah, like if you took the cars away, that could be a shot of like late 1800s.
100%. You throw some horse and carts in there and we're looking at, we're looking at a real throwback.
It's going to be a throwback games. Throwback games. Sure.
Thanks for the dribble.
So I went to the train this afternoon and the bald cuss barman, whatever the fuck he is.
I have no idea what this guy said so far. Just let's have that be known.
Oh, sorry. I thought you wanted me to start again.
No. Keep playing. I just don't understand what he said.
So I went to the train this afternoon and the bald cuss barman, whatever the fuck he is.
Kicked him out for coming on a bloke.
I came on a bloke and he said, mate, you've had enough. But like, really? Is that justice in coming on a bloke? So coming on a bloke, I think
Why is coming on a bloke a sin?
I think it's a rite of passage. Especially when I remember my P's and D's hat, and a bloke's disrespecting me. Because any bloke who respects a P's and D's wearer is, anyway, staying cuck soon. You go on, bro. Who replaces?
Mate, he got kicked out for fucking coming on a bloke.
Wrap that one up. I don't know exactly what he said, but I know that he feels aggrieved that he didn't get come on back.
No. He feels aggrieved because he came on a bloke but got kicked out of the pub for coming on a bloke.
Well, he obviously went too hard. Again, we can't stress this enough. You come on, the degree with which you come on is you live and die by the result. You either get nabra by the person you come on, you might get punched in the face if you go too hard, and you nabra a guy with their young child and make them cry. You might get kicked out by a fucking bouncer, or you can just do the very respectful. I was at the beach road for the UFC the other week. Just some real subtle, respectful come-ons, which I think go a long way.
Long way.
Yeah. If you get kicked out, it sounds like you were shit-faced. Like, I couldn't understand a word he said. So, like,
I was getting the essence of what he was saying, but I wasn't. I had to fill in a lot of the blanks myself.
yeah, I didn't realize that. Like, Dave had to fill me in there. I thought he was just upset he didn't get return served, but
That guy's off his guts.
he was off his guts. I think there were many factors that maybe contributed to his kicking out.
And being off your guts is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, g'day boys. It's the Cattle Baron Dribbler here from Gattarat, New South Wales. Just thought I'd give you a quick update on a travesty that's come upon us. The country boy Hazelwood from Bendemeer, his sign, the sign that states that the country boy was born and bred in Bendemeer, the hometown of Josh Hazelwood, has been stolen. It was stolen on the weekend. This is an absolute fucking disgrace. We need to find out who's done this, and they need to be punished. And I think once we do find said culprits, that we should punish them and in a way that only Tom and Eddie sees fit. So be you soon, boys. Find the sign soon, boys. Rooster till I die.
I believe he said that the sign that announces that Josh Hazelwood, the country boy, is from Bendemeer has been stolen there, the hometown of
Now,
Josh
listen, I've got a couple of thoughts here. That is a sign that anyone would want in their bedroom. So I can understand that maybe someone stole it out of respect for Josh. You know what I mean? I think that it's obviously disrespectful that it's been stolen, but it's also a sign of respect in that. I think
it hasn't been vandalised.
And you know what? At least it was improved, because that first hometown of Josh Hazelwood looked like, again, this is going to be very Sydney-centric, but you know the bends in the northern beaches? The S-bends?
Bilgola Bend.
Yeah, is that what it is? Yeah, the Bilgola bends.
Yeah.
And how there's always like signs put up there like Josh and Casey forever, or happy anniversary, like they're all just pinned to the
Honey
thing.
Bunny and shit,
Yeah, that's what that first sign looks like. They improved it. That's a lot of work to get that new sign down. Like, you'd have to saw that fucking thing out of the ground.
That new sign's a proper sign. That's angle grinder stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. That's big and thick. Hometown of Josh Hazelwood, Australian cricket fast bowler.
I think that sign is so fucking squidgy. Like, Shout out to Bendemeer for
Yeah.
knocking that thing up. I
Yeah.
think that's adorable.
We should,
But-
if you got any dribblers in Dubbo and dribblers in Barrel, can you please get some signs up for the hometown of Eddie Simpson and Tom Birmingham as you're entering Dubbo and as you're entering Barrel? That'd be great.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Hometown of Eddie Simpson.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that?
That should almost be something at one point we get made, like decent signs, and get them put in as you're coming into Dubbo and Barrel.
And then when you're leaving, it's Eddie Simpson bids you.
Yeah, no, it's just a picture of you just...
See you, brah.
See, right, you are now leaving Eddie Simpson country. Oh, shit.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like
think we
it.
definitely do something like that.
I hope we've answered your question. It
think
wasn't
we have.
vandalised. It was stolen out of respect.
Yeah.
Which you could argue is disrespectful, but the guy that saw it, he liked it. He took it.
It's also respectful.
Could have also been a Sheila that took it. I don't know.
Probably not, but it could have been.
Probably not. Highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely. But could have been.
G'day, boys. Thomas,
See
Ed,
you, bro.
Dior. I put in a dribble earlier in the week asking you to describe Dior to the dribbler, just because
Dior.
I don't think anyone really knows what he looks like. Well, I don't, because I'm a short-time listener, and I just kind of want to get a description, not even a look. Like, I just want a nice description of the voice of Dior, or how he looks to put to the voice, if you know what I mean. And I called him, I thought he looked like the boy from Striped Pajamas all growing up, and that was before my knowledge of finding out that Dior's Jewish.
Yeah, that's...
So, respect to you, Dior, and I hope you haven't taken offence to that. But then again, I could be wrong. I've got this knowledge from a fellow dribbler, and I'm not sure if he should pull that info out of his ass. So even just a confirmation on that would be lovely. Yeah, peace soon, boys. Dragons 2022 dark horse.
Fuck.
And yeah, it's been it's not how big it is, it's how you use a dribbler. Jeez.
Okay. Look, I'd like to start off by saying that Dave put that dribble in.
And I kind of felt ish for him because the first dribble I did hear, and most of the dribble was fine, and I didn't get any intent to disrespect, but then he kind of threw the boy in the striped pajama in there, and I'm like, bruh, you can't be doing that. But then I was like,
my
I know,
God.
but then I was shocked to think, and then he calls up now and goes, oh, I actually didn't know he was Jewish before I said that. So that's, I mean,
I'd fucking hope not.
yeah.
I'd hope not for Dave's sake, but also for like...
But to this dribbler, no offense was taken.
Okay.
I understand you just want to know what my beautiful face looks like.
Which
so
I get.
A lot of people do. I get asked about it all the fucking time.
I also like that this guy goes,
Show me a photo.
No one knows what Dave looks like. I've also not been listening for very long. It's like, okay, well, maybe you're not necessarily at the point where you can speak for the entire dribbler community. But because you put it in, Dave, I think we can keep that one in, only because it was shocking to me that was how he described you, but he did give it some context. Dave is remember when Dave first came on board and we had that full fucking like, who is D or Dave?
Yeah,
that was
fun.
funny. That was fun. Dave is a young...
Oh, good times.
20, what are you now, like 23, 24?
Yeah, 23. Turning 24 this year.
He's still 23. I thought I was underselling him by saying 23. 23-year-old, handsome.
6'5".
6'5", 180 kilos.
Long flowing blonde hair.
Blonde hair.
That's right.
Catwalk model.
Handsome, likes dancing.
Likes to dance.
Yeah. Yeah, what's 6'4", 100 and...
6'4", 110 kilos.
Yeah.
Muscle.
But thick, like thick,
Yeah,
like
thick.
not like a thickie.
No.
Not like a thickie
No,
choc.
no, like fucking jacked.
Not a thickie choc
Ripped.
milkshake. More like a ripped guy.
Sonny Bill Williams sort of body type.
Yeah. Joseph Sawali, Sonny Bill Williams.
Yep.
Like that sort of
That's sort
mold.
of a mold. Who do you used to? You've walked the catwalk, the runway for many a fashion show, haven't you, Dave? Over the years.
Oh, I mean, it's
Tom
hard to even remember
Ford.
names. Yeah, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. I mean, where RM Williams wanted me to be the face of their new products, but
Yeah,
yeah.
but he's a thong. He's like, you were like, I'm a thongs guy.
He
So
goes, my allegiance is to Havanas.
yeah.
Or
every day of
Havianas.
the week.
yeah.
You don't understand how many offers I've knocked back from different slides companies, but
Nah,
I'm a loyal man to
he's
my
a
Havies.
thong guy through and through. If at all, if shoes even, it's either no shoes or thongs.
But to be honest, I mean, the foot modeling
That's
I do
it.
doesn't pay nearly as much as like my regular face stuff. So
I've
No.
I've
I
never
don't
seen
go
him
too
in
much.
closed shoes.
Maybe the gazers when we bought him the gazers.
But does that help in our description of him?
Yeah, I
he's
think
never
so. He's never worn shoes.
closed shoes.
Hope that helps.
Does that help? I hope it does.
Careful
not.
with your rhetoric
Yes.
moving forward.
yeah, let that be a warning to other dribblers.
Let that be a warning to other dribblers. Dave's a proud Jewish man, and
Yeah. Well, not even just for Jewish. Any, like, you know, you're not giving any offense to anyone getting through on these dribbles. Come on, guys.
no,
Keep it clean.
keep it clean-ish.
Ish.
Not racially clean.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Keep it racially clean.
Yeah.
Forget the ish. Just keep it clean.
Yeah.
Tom, Eddie, Dior, you grub. Just listened to the potty and heard about the great hard football field debate. We used to play footy at Wayland Reserve. Now, before every single game, we used to have to check the field for needles, bottles, bottle caps, anything, knives. But
Jesus.
yeah, we played a game one day, and there was a police chase for the ages happening in the middle of our game. We had drug dealers on motorbikes pull up next to the field, and then before you know it, there was a helicopter chasing him right above him with 3 cop cars running all over the oval. So if you wanted to score a try and get off that nudie run, that was the best time to do it. So, yeah, interesting stuff.
So the game wouldn't stop.
No, the game plays on. I think that the drug dealer, and I don't know this, but I'd be very impressed if it was thinking, all right, how am I going to evade these cops? I need to basically get out on the field and maybe like just get myself into a ruck. Make them think that I'm part of the game.
Not wearing the uniform.
Well, the TN's
Not
a
a
big
consideration.
giveaway.
Yeah. In the bum bag.
The bum bag, the TNs, and the
Ratty.
Well, I mean, a ratty not out of place in a footy field, but certainly the TNs and the bum bag.
Into a ratty.
Into a ratty, you're right, into a ratty.
Yeah.
That's going to be a bit of a giveaway.
I don't know what else I took from that dribble.
No, that's probably it.
Other than that.
I think that was it. I wish that was on camera.
Starfish being real is a wig out.
That
They're
is
living.
specific to a picture that we are seeing on the TV screen. Starfish being real is a wig out. They don't have eyes, do they? They're vibe operators, aren't they?
They,
In terms
do
of
they
directions.
just like do they wiggle around?
Yeah, they just.
Are their face on the other side?
Well,
I
yeah, the
think
front is on the other side.
And they've got like hundreds of tiny little
legs,
that they
nice.
used to move, which I think also like have their sensors in it. So that's
Yeah.
how they.
That's
know
where their
where-
vibe
that's
comes from.
That's the vibe receptors.
So they're actually kings of vibe.
Well, they are. They're bottom feeding vibe kings.
Could you get Starfish to like predict results for things?
I think it'd take a while, but I'm sure you could. I'm sure they'd be able to predict pretty well.
Because no one's more tapped into vibe than they are. They don't know where the fuck
us.
they are.
It's us then Starfish.
Well, now it is, yeah. Coming up, it was always Starfish with King, but
Well, they saw us coming over their fucking shoulders. They got a few shoulders there as well. I don't know which shoulder you'd be talking about, but
because you can go either side of one of
of
the
each
arms
of the
as
arms,
well.
yeah. So,
So
that's
how
like
many?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10 shoulders.
Lot of shoulders. Lot of shoulders.
A lot of shoulders. Let's move on.
Tom, Eddie, Dior, Dave. It's the living off his uncle's cricket fame dribbler here. Boys, I have a theory about the so-called random Souths fan you see at every event. See, I reckon it's a major marketing stunt from the Rabbitohs. You're telling me, boys, that every single televised event there's seemingly a fucking South fan? There's no way. There's always articles, memes made up about it. After everyone's talking about the random South fan at every single game. But you never see jerseys from bigger teams. Anyway, boys, let me know what your thoughts are. I reckon this is one of the greatest marketing stunts ever. Boys, don't piss your sheets, give them heaps. Brisbane Tigers premiership soon. Finishing your house in Townsville, never. Cheers, boys.
Piss the sheets, give him heaps?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. I've never heard that. That seemed like that whole dribble was almost leading up to that sign-off.
I never heard that before.
Never heard
Piss
that.
the sheets, give him heaps.
No. You ever, also in golf, you know when you like hit a shit shot along the ground, you heard like the term the worm burner?
Yep.
Dad was saying bug fucker on the weekend. And I was like, never heard bug fucker. He always says worm burner, but then he dropped a bug fucker on me.
Never heard bug fucker.
I like bug fucker. But to that guy's point, yeah, you know what? I don't hate that theory. I'll put the tinfoil hat on for that theory, that the random South dribbler maybe started off organically, now marketing.
They also managed to get footage of the person as well. Do you know what I mean?
That's
They
what I
always
mean.
get
There's
footage.
always a photo of Super Bowl, fucking wherever. It's like they just go, you going to the Super Bowl? Okay, here's a South jersey, wear it. Even if you just wear it for a photo.
And then I'm going to take the photo and upload it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
Stitch up.
Like it.
Stitch up.
Everything, eh? Jump in there.
Hey, first time dribblers here. I'm here with Ryan Bates of Selling Crates fame.
Bates
we're
selling
down
crates.
With the lowest rate.
the lowest rates of crates. We're here.
We're bigger than Lowe's. I get it.
We're down
Bates, you
here
got the lowest
at
rates on
Mollymook. We're at the Bannister's Head. I don't actually know the difference between Tom or Eddie, but one of you's come down here, and we've started a conversation and decided that you stole my friend's personality. So, what do you got to say about that, Ryan?
Well, to be honest, I'm quite upset. Number one. Number two, you never called me. So I have a little bit of beef with you, and I feel like you have a little beef with me. So can we talk soon? Call me.
What the fuck?
Sharks forever, Manly never. Swim deep!
Firstly, I'd say this. If anyone's thieving personalities, it's these two gentlemen on the other end of the line.
Yeah, I'm original.
Yeah, we are...
If you've stolen anything, you've stolen off me. I haven't stolen off you. And just
Yeah.
because I've been in Mollymook doesn't mean a fucking goddamn thing. So I've been there, sure.
And what's he saying about calling him?
He wants me to call him, maybe to hash it out.
Did you meet? Well, is he saying this is you? Who's he saying stole the personality here?
He's saying
They
I
weren't
stole his
sure.
personality.
I thought they weren't sure because they didn't know the difference between.
But you
Tom
went to Mollymook recently as well.
That's what I'm trying to work out. I don't know.
Did you go to Bannister's?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, right.
So is that what he was saying? I sort of checked out at some point in that dribble.
But I went there like a while ago.
Yeah,
It
right.
wasn't like you like last
And this guy
week.
gave you his number?
No, I didn't meet anyone. This is years ago.
Right.
So I don't know what the fuck's going on. Other than to say that he thinks I've stolen his personality, which we all know is
not correct. We also know that just sounds like a dribbler going through some
Did
stuff.
he sound like me?
He sounded like a dribbler trying to be you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what that sounded like.
I think that dribble peaked after Ryan Bates of Selling Crates the lowest.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
fuck yeah, dude, this is hilarious.
Ryan Bates selling crates at the best rates.
Love that. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah, I think, look, for the sake of Ryan Bates selling crates at best rates, like that should be the takeaway because everything you said after that was utter horse shit.
Like this wedding right on the weekend in the Briars, everyone was very well lubricated. Lot of jingles flying around. Like
A lot of jingles.
everyone was singing their favourite fucking
Oh,
jingles.
right,
you know what I mean?
right. Yeah.
Don't dilly-dally, get down to Water Valley. We're going to make you smile. Got a big run.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Jamboree where you control the action.
Yeah, what about the ice creamery, Kayama? Or it's a whole lot of fun. Funland, Ulladulla Indoor Park.
But Ryan Morgan, Sarah's brother, very talented thespian. He's voiced a couple of ads and he was rolling out all these fucking
Was he the one who, I saw some videos of him doing the MCing?
best I've seen.
He was like singing and shit?
Yeah, he was unfucking believable. Comfortably the best I've seen.
Really?
Like, not even close.
Ripping and tearing.
So fucking good.
Thespian, though.
Should have shouted him out
Performer.
earlier. Unbelievable.
Performer.
Shout out to Ryan. Yeah. But it'd gone to big effort and it was great and it showed
Yeah.
and it was brilliant.
Oh, that's good.
So a nod to him.
Who was singing Time to Say Goodbye?
One of Toby's mates.
Taking the piss?
No, he can sing it.
But was he singing it so he knew the words and shit?
No, like he's got like he's a tenor. I don't know if he's a tenor, but he's got tenor in him.
Wow. So he's a
You know,
legit
like the
tenor.
10 tenors?
Yeah. Shout out to the 10 tenors.
Shout out to the 10 tenors. Glad you found a 10th because 9 tenors wouldn't have worked.
9 tenors would have sucked. 9 tenors. That's $90.
He had a bit of tenor in him. So
he was singing it genuinely though. It wasn't like a piss take.
No, genuinely. It was good.
That's awesome.
It was
I'd love
great,
that because I
yeah.
love that song. But I just saw that video where everyone's singing it. I was like, I wasn't sure whether that was like the MC sort of taking the piss, like here's a song I've prepared.
Well, he was. We got him to sing as well. Like a few chants went up for him to sing, and he was singing shit as well.
What was he singing?
I can't remember. I wish I could.
Jesus Christ, you were lubricated. You can't remember what he sang? Were you singing along with him?
What was he singing? Can't remember.
Yeah, fuck it.
Doesn't matter.
Shout out to the Ten Tenors, though.
Shout out to the Ten Tenors. Where are the Ten Tenors gone? Are the Ten Tenors
Are they
still with
Australian?
us? Don't think so, but I could be wrong. They could be.
That'd be nice, though. Our gift to the world.
They are Australian.
They're Australian.
Are they? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know the Ten Tenors were Australian.
Yeah. Where are they? What are they doing?
Let's see.
It's a podcast this week called the Ten Tenors.
Might have to be. I want to just see what they're doing on socials while Dave tries to find out. The 10 TENORS.
Yeah, TNORs. Their last release was in 2019.
Oh, okay. They look like are they making a comeback? 4 days ago, yeah, they're posting some shit.
Show me.
Love is in the air. The 10 Tenors.
That was their 2019 release.
Love is in the air.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what the fuck are they doing on the Instagram? Maybe they're doing a tour.
The 10 Tenors, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, not the same 10 each time. So you've got here your current members.
Oh,
but
so it's like a sort of like the Wiggles changing.
More than the Wiggles.
Holy
These lineup
shit.
changes.
That's more like the 40 Tenors.
I didn't expect to see that many members.
That's more than 40. There's 60 Tenors.
Is there an original member?
I'm not sure about it. There is a current lineup.
Yeah, but who's the OG? Who were the original 10?
There's also some blokes on standby.
Well, I get
Go
you,
back down.
you need an understudy if one of the 10 have a sore throat.
Nigel Huckle's on standby.
Fuck, Nige. Joey McCoy, oh no, he's on guitar.
Go up for a sec.
Nigel.
See, it was started by.
The 10 Tenors, also known as Triple T. Are an Australian so this is how they describe themselves on Instagram. Aussie cross classical music supergroup.
Supergroup?
Yep. 7,000 followers on IG.
Wow. Okay. Sure.
Oh, the 10 Tenors, they're fucking ripping and tearing, dude. They are back. Shout out to the 10 Tenors. Let's move on.
G'day, Tom and Eddie, Dior. I was just listening to the Dirty Merger podcast with Beak when you boys were talking about the Hucker and James Fisher-Harris. And it just reminded me of, I remember Scott Fardy of Wallabies fame and World Cup hero fame came into a footy club a few years ago to have a chat to us all. And we asked him, like, what was it like versus the All Blacks facing the Hucker? And he said, which surprised me, he said he just focused on, like, the white boys at the back who didn't really know, like, look pretty goofy doing it. So he spent the whole time just trying not to laugh rather than actually getting the feared. And then, because he was number 6, he's versus Jerome Kano, who's one of the scariest blokes in world rugby. So everyone was like, oh, wouldn't you look at the opposite man? He goes, nah, God, like, fuck no, he's way too scary. So it's pretty funny hearing, former Wallaby talk about how he just focused on the white boys. That's all that matters. Cheers, boys.
And I mean, I think that's probably the only way you could do it. But you don't want to laugh during a Hucker either, because that's like the greatest disrespect you could get. And then even if you are just like, well, I'm not focusing on how terrifying Jerome Kano is, you best believe Jerome's seeing you smirking and he's going to come and kill you during the game.
Yeah. Just pick a spot and...
I wouldn't be looking at any of them.
No.
You look like through them.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Pick a spot through them.
Yeah.
And look beyond. To a degree. Look, if you're a big scary man yourself, maybe you can do it. Maybe you can handle the heat.
Yeah. Look, we're not big scary men.
No, we're not. No, we're not. I just watch it on telly.
Yeah.
That's where
Get goosebumps.
Yeah, I love it. Love it for those reasons.
Last one. This is a double, though. Let's go.
It's okay.
Gone! He's gone. Birmingham has skied it straight down the keeper's throat, and the thick ropes county are floundering. They are 3 for 25. Uphill battle from here.
Yep.
Is that accurate?
Certainly accurate.
Is that he's on the sideline watching?
It sounds like he's on the sideline. I will say this. Didn't come say hello. What a rude asshole. I didn't know, but I did Sky it. That's how I got out.
So he must be, he was watching.
Yeah. Well, oh no, he was watching. He was watching.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Kiwi. Again, I'm more offended you didn't say hello, but that is exactly how that went down. He did leave out the fact that I was stoned, but how was he to know?
He wasn't.
Last one. Back again this way.
Will Birmingham run out for fuck all? Update here from Centennial. The man we believe to be Father Birmingham has stormed off in disgust. Keys in, up Lang Road, off he goes. Guess the boys will be getting the bus home today.
Yeah, Dad did come along. Dad was watched both his sons.
And left.
No, he didn't leave. He came to the pub afterwards. But he's our coach unofficially. And he doesn't obviously provide any coaching advice. He likes to just sit there and watch. But, it was a bad performance from sons in front of fathers,
Disappointed by his boys. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
We didn't do anything.
No.
Nothing. Will actually was all right. He
took a
did run
wicket.
himself out.
Yeah. Disappointing.
Thanks to that dribbler. Again, shame on you for not saying g'day. I mean, it's the very least you could have done.
Very least.
I mean, what the fuck? But Thick Rebs did get pumped.
Hell of a show, Tom.
By the big buffer dogs or some shit. Hell of a show. I don't have anything else for you.
Nothing else. Nothing at all. Bye-bye.
Could you two just not talk anymore?